How's it going, Scrubber and Scrubber? It's Sick here back again with TA3 Productions and Vindictive Gaming in collaboration with TGN. Alright guys, so we're back here with another Infected MOAB tutorial. I know a lot of you have been anticipating this and wanting this for a very long time, so I'm going to bring out another one. This time it's on the new map, Boardwalk. Boardwalk is one of those maps that are kind of different. It has a lot of different ways that you can go to people. It has a lot of different ranges you can shoot people, and it's pretty interesting. So the first thing we're going to talk about is where you're spawning and where you want to be. So of course I always talk about spots where you don't really want to be too open, but you want to have a little bit of cover. So the first thing we're going to look for is the spot where we can have enough cover, but we can also control the area without getting too much in trouble. So two spots that I found that fit all this criteria is back here on the very back end of the boardwalk. This isn't the spot where we spawned, but on the totally opposite end. So you're going to want to be over here by the new car, the burning building, and the bar. So the burning building is going to oversee the beach area. A lot of people seem to want to gravitate over there. I don't know why, but it's a pretty sweet area, and it's also an advantage to you just because they're going to be covering your area that way. So you really don't have to focus too much on that area. But if there's not a lot of people on the beach, make sure you're paying attention to your HUD. Make sure you're paying attention where all those blue guys or green guys are. Alright, so now that the beach is usually covered, we only have two spots we can pay attention to. So the right side over here is with the bar. It's pretty sweet. There's not really going to be a lot of people coming over here, and there's always going to be a couple people back there in that back corner. And I'm not guaranteeing this, but usually in the lobbies I get into, there's a couple people back there in the very back. So the bar area, you're going to see me get a couple kills later on in the game, but usually there's not a lot of people coming over here. So the main thing we're going to focus on is the boardwalk itself. So as you can see, there's a nice little head glitch back here. It's basically a trash can on its side and a nice little basket here. It's a nice little cover for those throwing knives. It gives you that body advantage as well as not showing your feet or anything like that. So if they throw a throwing knife, it can't bounce into your feet or anything like that. So as long as you're using it appropriately, it's going to work out pretty sweet. So that's our very first spot. And as you can see, we're transitioning a lot. We're not staying in one spot just because it's not working out. Transition spots are usually when something's happening wrong or we're getting overwhelmed or something like that. In this case, it's not working out. We're not getting enough kills. As you can see, the PP90M1 isn't the greatest gun from far range, so we're going to have to make some changes to our strategy. So as you can see, we're going to transition to our second spot. Our second spot's up here on the very far end. It's basically the same exact spot, just scooted up a little bit so we can take advantage of the spawn. So if you look at our HUD right now, there's a blank spot right here in the middle, and all of our people are either in the back, to the left, or in the very far end. So the spawn is going to be in the middle of all of us. So we're going to want to scoot up, and as you can see, people are going to just walk by us and they're not really going to pay attention, and we're going to make them our enemies. We're going to say, hey, you didn't see me, come see me again. So it's going to keep getting those people mad, and they're going to get tunnel vision. A lot of people when they're playing Infected get tunnel vision, and they just want to kill that one person. That one person aggravates them. And as you can see right now, I lay down. That is something you do not want to do in Infected. That makes you an easy target because you lose the option to sway. Once you sway back and forth, it makes it so much harder for you to get a throwing knife. But if you're just sitting there like a rock and somebody just comes around the corner, as long as they're accurate that very first time, you're going to get infected and you're going to be on the boring side of the game. So with that being said, let's talk a little bit about our transition spot or our second spot. So the second spot is pretty sweet just because it's up here close to the spawn, like I said before, and you want to take advantage of those small numbers that they have right now, because once they start getting up to like 10, 11, 15, whatever, that's when you're going to start getting throwing knifed, and you're going to get knifed in the back, and people are going to spawn behind you and stuff like that. So as you can see, when you get overwhelmed, do not be afraid to back up, because this spot is still here. It did not change anything like that. Now you just have more people, and as you can see, people are going to start getting hectic. They're going to start going kamikaze, and they're just going to go crazy, putting tag inserts right in the middle. And don't fall for those tag inserts right in the middle. Once you focus on one person, you lose sight of the other people. So make sure you're paying attention always to your surrounding. As you can see, when you come up here next to the car, make sure there's people on the beach, and make sure there's people watching your back on that side. So now the question, when do you transition back to your first spot, comes up. So there's a couple factors you want to pay attention to when you're in game. So the first thing you want to pay attention to is if there's people behind you getting chased. So if there's somebody behind you, you know your back isn't covered, and it's probably a good time to switch back to your first spot, just because you want to be on the safe side. You don't want to get killed on a 20 kill streak or a 21 kill streak or a 22 kill streak. I've been there, it sucks. So make sure you're always being cautious. Make sure you're playing very smart. As you can see here, I should have let that guy tack insert one more time, and I would have had my MOAB, and I really wouldn't have to worry about any other people. But on this case, everybody gets infected, and they're all coming for me. I get my MOAB, I'm running back. What's going to happen, guys? What's going to happen, guys? Come on, somebody say it.
Sick on the sticks, you suck and you got infected again on a MOAB.
Damn it, it happened again. I don't know what's happening. I'm under a curse for infected, but I will guarantee you, one of these days, I will get an infected game with the kills counting for Sick on the Sticks. But anyways, guys, I hope you really enjoyed this. I hope it helps you. If you have any questions, if you have any maps you want to request, just leave them in the comment section below. I answer just about every comment I possibly can. But until next time, guys, I have been Sick on the Sticks. Later.